To build anything that truly lasts, it takes time.
Hi Sriram, afternoon and welcome to the show. And let's just get the backgrounder first, because I really want to understand, is it the growing demand or a specific market gap due to which we are seeing a launch of electricity futures contract?
Well, the spot market in India is called the day-ahead market, and it's got three components. If you really look at it, one is, of course, the conventional, market, and then there is green energy, and then there is the high-price market. So there are three exchanges: the Power Exchange of India Limited, the Indian Energy Exchange, and the Hindustan Power Exchange. So there are basically 9 data points which need to be taken into account, and we got to understand that it's a very uh, strange way in which we are operating currently, because it's like going to a movie theater and paying different ticket prices on different days for the same show. So each hour is split into 4 slots, and that means there are 24 hours and 96 slots. You buy power for tomorrow based on what you ordered today, and this is how the spot market works. So there is an immense need for hedging solutions. There is a huge price risk that people are running with, and that's the problem we are trying to solve by launching electricity futures.
Hi, Sriram, Ankur this side. First of all, congratulations for the launch. And I want to understand the structure of it. Can you explain how these contracts are actually price settled and delivered? Also, other exchanges have also launched a similar product closer to your date. What makes it different, and how investors and participants will be benefited?
Like I explained just now, we are going to take into account 3 data points per exchange. There are 3 spot exchanges, so 9 data points per day, and then there are 30 days, let's say, in a month. So we're going to take the settlement price. We're going to compute the settlement price based on all the 3 data points each of the days for all the 3 exchanges, and use an equation, because there are variations even between these 3 exchanges, and even a 5 paisa variance could translate into something bigger for the actual end customer who's dealing with in these contracts. So we believe that that's a big difference that NSE has vis-a-vis the other product that's available in the market today. And in terms of how we are hopeful and confident about this product doing well and solving the problem, well, like I said earlier, India is a market where people are challenged with volatility, particularly on electricity prices. And the current structure of the spot markets gives us a chance to bring in a product like this and make it work.
Right. Mr. Krishnan, good afternoon. Congratulations to NSE on the launch of monthly electricity futures. Tell me, how can this product support India's long-term transition goals? And at the same time, are there any potential challenges in adoption for these new electricity futures?
Well, challenges for adoption are mainly the challenges around understanding the product and how it can work for different types of end users. Now, if you look at India's growth story, a few years back, we didn't have probably that many data centers in India, but today, India is a massive data center hub. You look at Chennai, you look at Hyderabad, you look at Bangalore, you look at Delhi, Mumbai, everywhere you have data centers, and these are major consumers of power. Look at the number of shopping malls, even in tier 2, tier 3 cities around the country. These are all major consumers of power. Look at so many companies that are setting up manufacturing facilities, supply chains moving into India because of geopolitical considerations. All of this means that there is going to be a major demand for power as we move along. And India is the 3rd largest producer of power already in the world. So I think in a growing economy, you need to have decent products in the market which can help hedge the risk, price risk particularly. And that's the reason why we think this is a very, very important product for the product to have. And we are already seeing a good uptick today. Just a few minutes after launch this morning, we saw more than 250 contracts getting traded. And right now, as I speak, we have seen more than 2,200 contracts traded, turnover already more than 50 crore rupees, open interest more than 5 crores already. I think these are very healthy numbers just for a few hours of trading. And that gives us immense confidence that the market participants are receiving this product well already.
That's quite a healthy and a good number to begin with, Mr. Krishnan. But then let's elaborate more on the market participation point. I really want to understand, do you see this product being more attractive for financial institutions or energy sector participants? How do you look at the mix of market participation when it comes to liquidity and other aspects?
See, take the example of a distribution company.
Sure.
If a distribution company thinks that tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. there's going to be a lot of demand for power, they'll have to buy that today through the slot, 15-minute slot that I described earlier. Now, this is like, every day you're running a situation where everything's unpredictable, seemingly unpredictable. Look at anybody in terms of the market participants, anybody who has an electricity cost expense in the P&L account, which is significant, let's say 1 lakh rupees a month or more, just for the sake of simple understanding. Now, if you are the CFO, you want the electricity cost to be under control, if possible reduce, if not at least stay at the same level, even though you are going to expand your operations next year, the year after next, and so on. How do you hedge your risk? And how do you protect yourself against potential increases in the cost of power? If you see even the state of Maharashtra, there have been increases in the cost of power in the last 2-3 years. And, of course, recently the government has announced some waivers and concessions, and that's good news, which means that the cost can go up or you could get a concession. Anything can happen. All the more given the volatility that we see and the seasonality associated with electricity prices, all the more you need a product like electricity futures, and that's what we are bringing to the market.
Sriram, you mentioned about the numbers which is already there in terms of volume for your new product. I want to understand how much of the business impact you see due to electricity futures launch, and more specifically, these are monthly contracts currently. Is there an option which is being considered that this will be weekly sometime later?
No, on the contrary, electricity contracts around the world are longer tenor. We should be moving to yearly contracts and even more longer tenor contracts if possible. So, of course, the India market seems to be fascinated with weekly expiries, but we are not an exchange fascinated with weekly expiries. We are here to solve people's problems and deliver what genuinely will help people, not here to run any weekly contest as such. So I think the most important thing for us to do is to help people hedge the cost of power over a period of time. And therefore, we should be looking at longer tenor contracts and also CFD, or contract for difference as it is called, which is the more important product in other countries, which is already seen and which is very successful.
Krishnan, was there an inspiration behind designing the product? And also, while we talk about the brownie point advantage, are there any incentives planned for market makers or early participants, given that there are other exchanges offering electricity futures too?
No, this is a new product, and both exchanges have launched the product at the same time. So market making is allowed on both the exchanges, and both the exchanges have announced market making in order to get decent quotes on the platform to get going, basically. But I think given the reception we are seeing on day one, we're very, very encouraged, and we think that market making may not be necessary for too long. So this is a good trend, and that shows, the fact that goes to show the fact that if there is a meaningful product, then there is a good reception for it always.
All right, now since we have you on board, we really want to know any insight and on the timeline of the IPO, because having you on this platform and not asking this question will not be fair.
No, I think, I am also seeing news on ET Now and other channels, and, trying to learn as much as possible. And like all of us know, we have to get the SEBI approvals. And once the SEBI approvals are in place, we can move ahead.
All right, we'll be waiting to hear from you on those lines. Thank you so much for being on the show today on ET Now and helping our viewers decode every aspect of this new contract. Thank you so much.
Thank you.